we were sure about what these teams are going to do.
Kind of the trajectory of where this season could potentially go.
Love for Maui?
Yeah, I'm going to go back and brew it.
We have no idea who Michigan is, who Notre Dame is.
Cardell Jones. I'm not here to play school.
20 years from now, I'll be right here on a bar ladder because this thing is like legit.
Yeah. Let's go.
Ooh. We kind of have the double whammy of music going.
It's like 9 o'clock at night. I'm just getting excited here. Here we go.
This is the Varsity Brews Podcast, and we are brought to you by WestWind Brewery. We are brought to you by Rustic Rocks, and we are brought to you by Legacy Performance. Thanks so much for joining us here. Week 6 of the college football season. Week 6 of the NFL season. Oh, boy.
What a week.
Ah, man. Right after the games, you were like, are we doing a podcast this week? And I'm like, yes, we are, my friend. What a great week of college football. Alabama losing to Vandy.
Nuts. Clark Lee.
Buddy.
They took that goalpost down to the river.
$200,000.
That's what I heard. I actually heard like $500,000 was going to Alabama, $250,000 was going to Vanderbilt. Like there were
money?
3 sanctions of violations towards it.
Who gets the money? The NCAA?
I have no idea. What? Why? Why do you care?
Probably Ward Manual.
Let the kids play. Let them play.
Yeah, let the drunk kids play at
Come
night.
on.
5 or 6 of the top 11
Yeah,
teams.
it was like what? 1, 4, 9,
9, 11.
11,
Yep.
10.
And 10.
10 was Mizzou,
Yeah.
which we
were 5.
half accepted that one, that Mizzou was going to drop one on the road.
I didn't think they were going to lose like that.
Texas A&M is playing lights out, Mr. Elko and company.
crazy.
So the former Notre Dame
Both?
assistant coaches getting it done.
Yep.
And Notre Dame moving up in the polls even though they didn't play. Getting it done.
It's a good week.
Oh,
it was
forgot
good. Good
Michigan.
week for the Irish.
Forgot Michigan.
Oh,
Ooh.
jeez. Oh, Pete. Oh, nice. Got the crickets.
We even
Aaron-
brought back an old name, Brady Hoke, this weekend.
Man, we are on Brady Hoke 2.0, and I got some stats to share sometime throughout this.
Aaron, I tried to watch that game. I tried.
But it's brutal.
I tried.
It's brutal.
Who do they play? USC? No. Minnesota? No.
Who do they play?
Nobody even knows.
Who did they play?
It was so bad.
It was
Rutgers?
No.
Who did they play?
It was a really hard game to watch.
It was brutal.
It was bad.
Who was it? Nebraska?
No.
Oh, man. What?
I'm just listening to you guys. You tell me who they played. Come on.
I can't remember.
Washington.
Yes.
Thank you.
They're not very good.
I did
Hold
call
on.
it a loss, though. I did call it a loss.
It was a repeat of the national championship.
Yes.
I'm like,
But-
how can you guys not know it was a repeat of the national championship?
The stat they threw up there, though, was obviously pretty telling.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
where both teams are right now. But they both lost everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, it's
everybody.
like brand new team
Yep.
on both sides. And I mean, I think they rolled out the stat on, was it Michigan's offensive or defensive line? It's like 5 new starters.
Yeah, it's brutal.
I mean,
Chaos is ensuing in the
Brady Oak 2.0. We're in the
college
middle of it.
football world,
and
man.
Orgy is
Nervous.
not good.
Orgy's horrible.
Well, he's the best of the worst.
He can't throw a spiral.
No. But that other dude can't do anything.
Tuttle's horrible.
I mean,
He's also, what, 26?
yeah. Tuttle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tuttle's a transfer from IU, I believe.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And guess what? I
Yeah,
used
he came
6
from
and 0.
IU.
I used 6-0. Did Illinois win again?
I'm not sure. Google me. I win everywhere. Google me.
They're good.
Boss. He's a boss. He's winning. He is winning. They're 6-0 for the first time, what, in 60 years? Is what I read, or something like that?
That's crazy.
Probably.
Everybody's excited about IU here, which is
sure.
good. Notre Dame, like we talked about, let's start with them, and then we can get to...
Great win this week for Notre Dame.
Hey,
They just got a Christmas gift.
They didn't lose.
just moved up like
Notre Dame fans are
14
probably
spots.
like, oh, no stress.
Yeah.
I don't have to put up with a close game and maybe a loss, and just watch Alabama lose.
Would they move up 7 spots? I think.
No, they moved up four spots.
Okay.
Three spots. They were
Just
14.
making
They
sure.
moved up
Fact
to
checking.
11.
Fact checking.
But that'll tell you all you need to know about what the
committee
thinks about Notre Dame's schedule.
Yeah.
Because if they moved up 14 to 11,
Yeah, 11.
think about, and this is what I didn't think about. Credit to Joe Klatt, because I was watching his top 12 that he was just releasing. And Joe Klatt was talking about, and I really didn't think about this. You have 1 through 4. 1 through 4 is going to be who? 1 through 4 is going to be the conference champions.
Correct.
SEC,
Big
ACC, Big 10, Big 12.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Those 4. So you're looking at Clemson. You're looking at Texas. You're looking at Ohio State. You're looking at BYU at the moment.
Yep.
Okay? Then 5 through, let's break it down. It's 5 through 12, but let's go 5 through 8 because those are the home teams.
Okay.
5 through 8 most likely is going to be the conference runners-up.
Sure.
Georgia and Alabama are going to be at-large bids. Maybe. Okay? Right now, Georgia and Alabama are at-large SECs. 5 and 6.
That is crazy to think about.
Okay? Then let's say at 7 you have, who's the runner-up? Miami in the ACC. Tougher schedule than Notre Dame. Then let's say you have the runner-up in the Big 10. Whoever that is, right? Because it's the top 2 teams now. It's no longer East and West.
Right.
It's going to be maybe Oregon, right? So let's say they're at 8. Okay?
Yep.
So those are the home teams. Then you have maybe the winner of the Mountain West who makes it in. Maybe you have the runner-up of whatever conference, ACC, who makes it in. Okay? Then you have Notre Dame at 11. Let's just say Notre Dame finishes 9 or 10. They're not going to finish higher than Georgia. They're not going to finish higher than whatever. Their best bet right now is not to play Georgia or Alabama in the first round. Remember how we just talked about?
That's fair.
But right now, they are on a collision course, if they make the playoffs, to go on the road to either Tuscaloosa or to Knoxville or to Athens or to Miami or to Oregon. I'm not really sensing I mean, that's tough. That's tough.
It's a rough road.
I did make the defensive argument. Remember, we went into this last time. I did make the defensive argument at with my cohorts at ABC 57 today. Allison wasn't buying it.
For Notre Dame?
Yeah, she thought the same thing you did. You're not going to score 30 points against Alabama. You're not going to score, but maybe, I don't know.
Well, that's the thing is, I mean, this last week was like, if you have a good defensive game plan, you know, and we've talked about it too, like, you know, what Jalen Milroe is going to show up, but if you turn the ball over or create turnovers in short fields,
so maybe they can hold the team, and maybe they can't. I mean, it goes to show you that any team can win at any week.
There's a lot of parity this year, from
Any
top to
team
bottom.
can win at any week.
Yeah, it's fair. Evan, do you think Alabama's defense is good? Coming off that Vanderbilt loss,
That was definitely a letdown.
Yeah,
I mean,
But they gave up points to Georgia too.
yeah,
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 35 points.
What they've given up 70 points in the last 2 games.
Yep.
I mean, just based on that alone, no.
No, yeah. The answer is I don't think Alabama's defense is good.
You think Texas or Tennessee is the best in the nation?
I think Texas is the
Georgia's
best team
still
in the nation right now. That's me.
I don't know if Georgia loses the rest of the way. I think they might have found something in that second half.
Okay.
Now, here's to say, I don't trust their quarterback. You know, I think their quarterback can get wild. I didn't really like his body language in that first half of that game. I haven't really seen a lot of the Tennessee quarterback.
He's good.
Quinn Ewers, I trust.
Yeah, I mean,
You said it last
For sure.
podcast. It's going to come down to the quarterback play.
I agree.
And who do you trust more than anybody right now? Quinn Ewers.
Yep.
Quinn Ewers, 100%.
I think Tennessee quarterback is like number 4 in the, I believe,
rankings or whatever.
For Heisman.
Yeah. Oh, for Heisman.
For Heisman. Yeah.
Quinn Ewers has been out though a couple games too.
I don't think he's in the Heisman running.
Not at this
You have
point.
to play.
Not at this point.
I don't know. Dude from Boise State right now has 1,000 yards and 95
that
carries
dude.
and 16
They were in the
touchdowns.
top 12 too.
He's number
Boise
1
State.
now in the Heisman.
He's got to be. They threw up. I saw a stat.
crazy.
The last 3 running backs to win the Heisman
Yeah.
through however many 5 or 6 games.
Yeah.
And the last 3, I think the highest yard total was 600 yards.
Wow.
He's
got
it was
1,000?
fewer carries. I think 20 fewer carries, but he's at 1,000 yards on 95 carries and 16 or 17 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think the closest was maybe 9 or 10 touchdowns. So he's on pace to go well and above
Yeah.
what the last few running backs who have won the Heisman have done.
Yeah.
And it might be a running back year. It really might.
Yeah, could be.
Because it's a weird year.
It is a weird. I mean, you might see
Super
defense, you might see special teams, whatever. I mean, we don't know. It is a weird year. I mean, if you're Carolina, who do you draft? I mean, who do you draft? Offensive lineman? If it's an offensive lineman draft.
I mean, you know my policy on the draft. Yeah.
Yeah.
Offensive and defensive linemen.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a very, very wild weekend. We're not going to go over the ifs, maybes, whatever. It's a huge weekend in college football this weekend. You've got massive games across the board. 2 against 4.
Yep.
Ohio State, Oregon is the showcase. We'll see.
Never
We'll
know.
see what Oregon's made of. We'll see what Ohio State's made of. I think Oregon's going to win it, or Ohio State's going to win it by 2 touchdowns at least. I think they're going to expose Oregon's defense. Oregon is not the same team they were with Bo Nix.
My 5 guys is here.
Oh, nice.
You DoorDashed 5 guys? Are you kidding me?
But you got the bowl, didn't you?
You guys keep going.
You got the bowl.
I have a special treat down here
Make sure they don't drive
that
away.
ends in za.
He's got the Five Guys bowl, and I love it. You get 4 meat patties.
Is this a real thing?
Oh yeah, you get a bowl.
Jeez, I don't know if I guys.
4 meat patties,
Okay. All right.
no bun,
All right.
no fries, and you just hammer the protein, buddy.
So it's like a protein bowl or something?
Oh yeah,
All right.
Yep.
Legacy probably would
that legacy
support that.
100% support. I mean, aren't you seeing
Yeah.
these muscles,
Yeah,
buddy? While he's getting his 6 guys,
Sure.
let's talk.
6 guys.
Let's talk about this beer right here. Can you hand me one of those,
Oh my
buddy?
gosh, man! This is hold on. I gotta move my mic.
This is a whale.
Hold on.
This is a whale. Everybody's leaving the show. This
we
is
go.
a whale.
Wow.
Can you hand me the other one, or
I don't know. Can I try to pronounce it?
Sure. Well, there's another bottle.
Fuji Yoshida? Yoshida?
Yeah. So Fuji Yoshida.
Oh, Fuji. I was close.
Fuji Yoshida Ale.
It's not too bad for a brewer that's been up since 3 a.m. brewing beer.
Buddy, I brought this all the way back for you from Japan.
This is considered a whale. I mean, because most people get to try this. So
What is considered a whale officially?
a whale. The definition in the craft beer world, a whale is like, it's like, hey, listen, a beer you can't get, like you can't go down to Martin's or you can't go down to like a local establishment.
Did you
to
actually
get
get a burger?
Look at this guy.
Oh, the lettuce wrap.
He got the lettuce wrap?
I thought he got the bowl, but yeah, he got the lettuce wrap.
No, I did order the bowl.
Oh, they gave you the lettuce wrap.
Is the pizza that I brought not going to work for you, Evan?
I don't eat pizza.
Oh, wow.
So, I was just saying we brought back a Fuji Yoshida all the way
look at
from
that.
the base of Mount Fuji.
Oh.
This is the whale that I've had sitting in my house since I got back from the trip.
I was at the base of Mount Fuji in 2001. 2000.
So you can actually Google Translate what this means.
I was going to say, can you actually read this to me? Because I have no
I have a funny
idea.
Google Translate story, by the way.
Please tell us why I
Yeah,
looked
we
this
want to
up.
hear this.
All right. So as you guys know, I sell boats for Barletta.
Motor boating.
Little plug for Barletta.
And I have, as part of my territory, Montreal.
Hold on.
All right.
Yeah.
So I have the province of Quebec. So I was in Montreal for the boat show.
Love it.
Show up there for the boat show, and didn't know, but we had a gala that night. And
wait, you had a gala and you didn't know about it?
Didn't know because it was kind of a last minute trip.
Were you wearing the the Zuba pants?
No.
The black or the red ones?
No,
Those Zuba pants are becoming famous every time you travel, Evan.
No, I was not. But it was on a private island. It was a pretty cool setup. We went on the St. Lawrence River and
nice.
Ended up on this private island. But it was a gala. It was an awards ceremony for a bunch of different. There were awards. The group that put it on, Nautical Quebec, put it on, so they were giving out awards for the year. Well, I was the only English-speaking only person there. So boy. Everyone was bilingual, so they'd speak French and English. The entire presentation was in French. So I gave the good old Google Translate a whirl, and you can transcribe. So I'm sitting right by the speakers. I just set that bad boy up, hit transcribe, and read away. Now, I didn't get it right all the time, but I've got all my sales guys around me. They were cracking up because they go, it actually is about it's probably 90% accurate when it's transcribing.
Good job, buddy.
So I'm just sitting
Google
there.
Translate's the bomb. Well, sometimes.
Yeah, there were a couple of funny ones, but.
All right, so are you ready for what this says?
Yeah.
Hapashu, malt usage rate 90% or more. Malted barley made in the UK.
Okay. All right.
Hops, cherry leaves, Irish moss, 5% alcohol, capacity 330 milliliters. Height Peaks Company, Nagano Prefecture, which is like their states almost. Drinking alcohol, blah blah blah.
Is there any rice in it?
Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it.
That's sake.
Oh, it's sake.
So, buddy, please do the honors here and open them up. We've got cups right there.
Hold on. Listen, I got a WestWind can opener here. All right, sorry.
We've got cups right there, buddy.
Little plug, okay. All right, little plug.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's good. Oh, it might be overflowing.
We got cups right there.
Okay.
So, Evan, your long arms can reach the
Evan,
cups.
Can you grab the cups before it overflows? All right, here we go.
Pour.
Holy smokes.
Hopefully this still tastes good.
How old is it?
I don't know. 5 months?
There's a date.
fine.
There's a date on here. 8/20/24.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, don't get on the equipment. I don't want to yell at. All right. Ooh,
Whoa.
boy.
Wow, that is.
It's a lot of head.
I wonder if.
There you go. Evan.
Really? Here, have some foam, buddy.
Sorry, Evan.
Come on. Are you gonna tilt the cup,
Listen.
brewer, or what's going on here?
No, that's not. No, you gotta
So
let it.
there
Is
must
that
be-
fake news?
No, I'm going to tell you what. As a
wonder-
brewer, there must be a ton of carbonation
Well,
in it.
I'm wondering too. Is
Yeah,
did
we don't put
those
that much carbonation
fly
in
back
this.
with you?
Yes, it did.
I wonder
Could be
if
shaken
that
up. Yeah,
changed anything.
sure it could.
Maybe.
Somebody asked
Oh,
me
it smells good though.
this week at the brewery. Somebody asked me, "Can you fly back with beers?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely." Listen, that was a light pour.
It's all carbonation right now.
Yeah, so they must
We
be
gotta let it
pumping a
settle.
bunch of. Yeah, we gotta let it settle for a minute. Somebody asked me, "Can you actually bring beers back from other countries?" I said, "Yes, you can't do it as a walk on, but if you check it or carry on, what do they call it?
Walk on?
You walk on. It's a walk on home run,
Buddy, he's in fine form tonight.
Yeah, right.
While we're waiting for this to settle, let's open up this other whale that I got from Mexico.
Mexico?
Brought this back with me.
It smells great.
How do you open this thing?
So open it like a book.
Evan, can you
Open it.
purple-y-
Yeah.
Oh, nice little Don Julio.
Show this on the cam right here. There we go.
Where'd you get that from, buddy?
Mexico.
What part of Mexico?
Cancun.
Nice.
Even has like a button
Yeah.
to unclip here.
The Ultima Reserva.
Reserve.
Yep.
Looks like somebody
Oh,
dug
it's
into this.
Reserva.
Me.
How was it?
Fantastic.
Hey, Evan. He probably wouldn't be sharing if it wasn't fantastic.
Extra anejo.
Yep.
That's
And Come on.
That's the stuff.
We've got to get the extra añejo. So while we wait for that, let's pour out some of this.
Sure.
And then, man, look at that beauty.
All right, a couple more glasses. I'm on pour duty.
Evan, can you pour?
Yeah.
And then I've got a quote here. We're gonna
into my mouth.
This is
Evan's
his bag
thinking
right
of
here.
sauna and tequila at the moment. Is it Don Julio's a cool tequila, right?
Don Julio's good.
Yeah.
I like the reserves. I like the extra añejos.
Look at it.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
it's gonna be a good night.
Take one and pass one, man.
No, that's for you. I don't want that much.
Oh.
Okay.
How much do you like?
Yeah, just give me an ounce. There we go, buddy.
Don't tell Audrey I've had two.
That?
Yep, perfect. Thank you, sir.
All right.
What's your request?
Well, this is me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
And then look at the gold speckle we got on here, too.
I do. I like these gold speckles.
Cheers, guys.
It's
Cheers.
like Goldschlager.
That's right. Cheers to the
Little
whales.
Goldschlager.
Cheers.
Cheers to the whales.
Wow. Thanks, buddy. It's a great share.
Ooh. Give me the notes. Give me the notes.
It's a symphony.
He said it's a symphony. Oh, boy.
Bring it back.
Somebody get some clapping. Yeah.
This is a symphony right here.
Holy moly.
That's the symphony we're talking about. Nectar, the sweet, sweet nectar.
It's pretty good. Evan, you probably should jump in a sauna right now.
That'd be perfect.
Oh.
So good.
That's good.
It's pretty tasty.
All right. Well, how's the beer, by the way?
Well, I haven't tried it yet. Yeah. We're sitting.
How's the foam?
We're getting there.
All right, let's try it.
Okay. I taste some fruit notes in here.
5? What is it? Is it 5%?
Five. Five on the
It is
Richter
5?
scale.
90%.
It's 5% on the Richter scale.
Okay, we can't even read the label. but
That's pretty good still.
It is good. I would drink this all day long. Yeah.
It's a nice, easy
Get a little
going.
sushi with it,
Hey, there you go.
We should do a sushi making podcast.
Yeah.
I'm down.
It's good.
I'm down.
Well
So-
done, Vahid.
So, here are the whales. Sorry it took me so long to get it to you.
Jeez.
Patience is a virtue.
That is.
Seldom found in men
Well, speaking of patience.
and never in women.
Oh, boy.
It's getting deep.
Sorry, that was
It's getting deep.
a quote from Peter Voss, my quarterback coach for 2 years at Notre Dame.
Wait, say it again?
Patience.
Yep.
Seldom found in men and never in women.
Wow.
Wow.
That's pretty deep. Was he divorced or?
No, happily married.
Oh, okay.
2 kids.
Nice.
The other quote was, if you must, cheat to win.
Enter.
Thank you, Harbaugh.
Enter Michigan. Who was your guy that got the documentary on him?
Connor Stallion.
Stallions.
What a great last name.
Yeah, that's a great football name.
That was a good documentary.
Hey, if you watch the documentary, if you haven't watched it,
it is hilarious.
Listen, I'm looking at the camera. If you haven't watched it, go watch it because it's actually a pretty cool documentary.
It's a great documentary.
Yeah, it is. It's very good. Yeah.
All right, speaking of patience as a virtue, I want to play something. We're going to discuss it from the Notre Dame press conference this week with Marcus Freeman. Jordan Clark, who's the transfer, there was a play in the third quarter, and allegedly he got spit on by the Louisville player. Well, instead of kind of walking away, he retaliated, got a 15-yarder. This is the third kind of team player incident on the field that we've had for Notre Dame this year with 15-yard penalties. If you remember the catch during the Texas A&M game, Bo Collins, he shoved the guy, should have got a penalty there, he didn't. Then you had, who was it in the last game? The cornerback, he, instead of handing the ball to the ref, he shoved it in the guy's face on the sideline. Then in this game, you have the retaliation. So he was asked about Jordan Clark's retaliation and if that was a learning moment during the press conference on Monday. Okay? It's a couple-minute response, but here is Marcus Freeman's response to that. And I just want to make sure that I am connected here. So hold on, because that would be bad. No device connected. Here we go. All right, are we ready? Marcus Freeman's reaction to the coaching moment.
Yeah. You know, you got to put team glory in front of yourself. And Jordan Clark would be the first one that tells you, and it's tough. You know, sometimes people test your manhood, but you still have to be able to put team before me. And I know we've had long conversations. He regrets the penalty. You know, he regrets his response. Nobody's worth 15 yards. And it's such a challenging situation to have to do that, right? I think we're all innate selfish people. I think we're all naturally that way. But in that moment, and there's moments in every game that you have to put your team before yourself. And you have to let things go. And that was my message to the entire team and to Jordan. Like, as you move forward in life, there's going to be times, this is bigger than the game of football, you're going to have to let some things go because of what can happen in that situation, right? It's not going to be the outcome that you want. And so I thought it was a great teaching opportunity by a guy that cares about the team. He does. And he had just a selfish moment. He knows that, but love him. And he owned it, as I said, like Adon did the week before. You owned it, but we got to continue to learn from it. But he has to understand that football is just a reflection of life, that in times you're going to have to let some things go and put maybe the greater good of your family, your kids, your wife in front of yourself, because what you don't want to do is make a decision that's going to negatively impact a lot of people.
And then
Interesting comments.
valid comments.
What do you think?
Last night, Penn, my son is a high school senior at Penn High School playing soccer. Remember coming home, we lost first round of sectionals. I think it's from a leadership standpoint, I think everything Marcus is saying is spot on. There's no doubt about it that we as humans want to react and we want to say things that are, you know, we're selfish and we're like, well, I didn't get the call, the ref sucked, or, you know, there's a lot of different things that happen. But what I told Aiden was, I said, you know what, buddy, the season's over, and I think what Marcus was trying to say is that there's moments in your life, whether it's a job, whether it's a, you know, sports event, whether it's a tournament, that you're going to be in a situation where you as a human being need to rise above maybe what like the politics of our society tell us to be, and that's you know, well, this didn't fall my way, and I think that's what makes you a better leader and a positive impact to society. Is like, hey, you got to be able to brush some stuff off. You're gonna have some bullets thrown at you. You got to be able to like play through tough times. You got to be, somebody's gonna get injured. That's in every sport. I don't care if it's football, lacrosse, soccer, college football. And I think that's the message. I think that as we just got done listening to it, is an important part of life, because as you go through life, you have to be a person that wants to impact the world in a positive manner. And bad shit. Oop, can I get a bleep? Bad.
Whoa!
Is gonna happen. Thank you. Is gonna happen to you, and you. Thank you. There we go. Now we're.
I don't know what it is.
We don't have it. What was that one?
Oh my gosh! What in the world is that one? That's like Halloween right there. Wow, that was awesome. But
Is it still going?
yes, you are talking like.
But hold on. This podcast has taken a different turn.
Oh my! We're still learning.
Oh, that's great.
That is golden.
Is that better?
Oh my Evil Vahid
We know what
just
to do
came out. Yeah.
for our spooky podcast coming up.
What about now?
That is great.
This is Monster. Oh, that didn't do anything. This is Small Robot. That didn't do anything. Ducking. Oh, here.
Oh, there we go.
I had to sound like a monster first.
That is brilliant.
Sorry.
Anyway, I wrecked your. Yeah, I know. I wrecked your moment.
That's all right, man. I'm good. It's Halloween, you know. You gotta have a little scariness going on.
I'm like, why is it still going on when I'm talking? You know, it's so weird.
But I think it's so important to remember that in key moments of different games, and you're gonna win, you're gonna lose, and how you reflect on these moments ultimately define, you know, who you are as a person, who you are as a business person, who you are as a health, person that's out in the world, the working world. And I think that's so important to remember that people are people, and you've got to be a good person, and you're going to have adversity in your life. So
It was a good message. Evan?
Yeah, it was a great Notre Dame answer.
That's what you think?
No, I mean, there's of course there's truth to it. I mean, it's, you know, whether it's not your inability to control your emotions, which can be perceived as selfish for sure. I think in those moments, not everybody knows how to react, right? So,
Do you think he was speaking to the team in general, though, instead of,
probably. I mean, it probably was a teaching moment for the entire team.
But also, two questions. Do you think Notre Dame do you like that Notre Dame has some fire? We've seen it a couple times now. Marcus got fired up for that first game.
Yep.
Do you like some of this fire? And two, do you think they're actually practicing what they're preaching here? And not in a bad way. I'm just saying, do you think they're playing like that? Do you think they're... No.
I don't think so. I think it's probably a couple of one-off,
moments.
three off moments. So clearly it's not pervasive, I don't think, but it's probably a bigger deal because it doesn't happen that often. And I also think too, it's like, I think there's a perception with, and it may not be too far off with Notre Dame football players, and I don't know, church boys, and you're going to a Catholic university. I also think though too, that perception is sometimes backed up by the way refs have Notre Dame players on a shorter leash when it comes to moments like that.
That's interesting.
So it's because it's outside of the norm.
They wouldn't call that penalty on Michigan, you're saying? No, I mean, it's a fair question.
That is fair.
It's very possible. I think there's a little bit of a perceived bias with it. Mm-hmm. But it's also because Notre Dame doesn't have that reputation whatsoever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if they did sometimes.
Do you think that's the same message we would have heard from Kirby Smart? Same message we would have heard from your boy,
Who's my
Nick
boy?
Saban.
Oh. I don't know. I mean, I sat and listened to Coach Saban talk for an hour.
Yeah.
And it was pretty interesting because, the tenets that he talked about just within his program and building those things, the consistency and the habits. Yet you also look at the players that went there.
Yeah.
Different than that go to Notre Dame in terms of socioeconomic background, academics, the whole nine. Yet he really did a nice job of meeting them on their level. And I think found a good balance of still allowing for their personality to come out without it hurting the team. And if it did, he'd let them know.
But that's why I think Marcus is a good coach.
Yeah, I think he gets that. He played at Ohio State after all.
Yeah. Jim Tressel.
Well, yeah.
I think Marcus is a good coach.
I do too.
I don't. This is why I'm a believer that I think Notre Dame is going to get it done one of these years.
Okay.
With Marcus Freeman.
They're going to win a conference championship?
Well, no, they're going to win it all.
They're not in the conference.
The eternal.
Last time I checked, but
the eternal optimist.
Evan was being
They're going to win the
sarcastic.
NIC.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, God. They're going to beat Ball State next year. No, this is why I think I'm the eternal optimist when it comes to Marcus Freeman.
Yep.
I don't ever think I was so high on the Brian Kelly horse that every year I was like, oh my God, I think they could win the national championship. They had some good teams.
So-
They had some really mediocre teams.
How many mediocre teams did they have
In what, the last 10 years?
under Kelly?
2016.
Where they were what, 4-8 or whatever they were?
4-8.
Okay.
Okay. And then after that,
They went
you
on a
had-
massive run
They had,
after that.
Yes. However, you always had a piece of the puzzle. They won 10 games almost every year after that. 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, they did. They had a great run after that.
But before that, it wasn't like that. Before that, 2012, and that was it. I mean, you were kind of like 4 or 5 losses, 3 losses, whatever. My question here is, if you're somebody who's on the fence about Marcus Freeman, and you're like, I don't know if he can get it done. I think he's on a hot seat. Okay. But he's winning. It's not like he's... I mean, if you make the college football playoff, this is what we talked about earlier. Isn't that the standard to get your team in the dance and then focus on winning?
Right, but that's a completely different argument because
You're never going to be a top 4 seed. It doesn't
Right,
matter
but
what you do.
I'm
If you
just
go
saying-
undefeated, if you don't go undefeated, if you're Notre Dame.
Brian Kelly didn't coach Notre Dame in the playoff, the 12-team playoff.
No. Well, he's not going to be coaching LSU in the 12-team playoff either.
But you're right.
That's fair.
And Marcus Freeman has won more games at Notre Dame than Brian Kelly has at LSU.
That's funny.
So is Marcus Freeman a better...
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just asking, is Marcus Freeman a better head coach than we've had for the last 4 head coaches of Notre Dame?
And I have a follow-up question for you, too.
You want me to answer that first?
Go for
Yes.
it. Yeah.
So you're essentially asking me if he's better than Brian Kelly.
Brian Kelly,
Weiss and Willingham.
I think Marcus Freeman is a better motivator than Weiss.
That's not what I asked. I said,
Well,
is he a better coach? That's
I'm getting
what I'm
there.
asking.
I'm getting there. He's a better motivator than Weiss.
Which that's part of being a coach.
Sure it is. 100%.
And who?
Willingham.
Willingham?
Yep.
That's the tough
What
one.
about Bob Davies?
Here's the thing:
he was in the that's the 4th. By the way,
Bob Davies had a tough assignment.
and so did, Willingham.
They were all following up on
Willingham too was fired, and then Weiss, after he got his 10-year extension, they had the same record. You had one get fired and one get an extension. Mm-hmm. So we don't really know. Now, I'm not saying that Willingham was going to take Notre Dame to the promised land by any means, but
Marcus Freeman and Brian Kelly do it differently. I think I think Brian Kelly has more of a Nick Saban type of attitude, is what I'm gathering.
100% agree.
Now, you don't know what he's like in the locker room because we're not there. You don't know what he's like in the living room recruiting players. But what I can gather is
the only difference I would say between those two, having been around them and listened to them talk, and this was to what Saban spoke to, is I would say that Brian Kelly is more of a transactional leader or coach.
100%.
Where it's, if we're winning, great. Love you. You're the best thing since sliced bread.
Throws his players under the bus.
You suck.
I have never heard. I have never heard. I've been around that program ever since Marcus Freeman took over.
Yeah.
I have never heard him throw any player or any assistant coach under the bus whatsoever. In
And he
any
probably
game.
doesn't. But here's the one caveat with all that is Weiss never did that either, but he did behind closed doors. So that's a different story.
Yeah, I mean,
You want
which
consistency
is
with
garbage.
that. It is.
Yeah, sure.
But you are 100% right. Totally different.
But if I'm playing, we've talked about this before. If I'm choosing a school and I'm like, Brian Kelly or Marcus Freeman, there is no question in my brain who I'm choosing. And it is Marcus Freeman every day of the week. He's younger. He's closer to that playing age.
Personality-wise.
Personality-wise, he's invested.
Yep.
I've heard him talk at big dinners before in New York. I've heard him talk. He is on it. He's studious. Like, he studies things. I mean, he contacts his mentors. I mean, he's on the phone with Jim Tressel all the time. He's talked to Lou a few times. I mean, so, like, it just seems like he wants to be great. But he also knows that if he's going to be great, his players have to perform.
Sure.
That's a fine line, right? What if Michigan loses to Alabama in the Rose Bowl last year? We wouldn't be having the conversation about Harbaugh and going to the NFL, maybe.
That's fair.
Right? So, I mean, it is a fine line of, hey, like, yeah, your players, they might throw a tantrum once in a while, but am I liking to see that fire every once in a while? Kinda. You know, because, like, maybe how Notre Dame is perceived out there. You know, maybe how Notre Dame has been perceived after the FIU loss. They do have a chip on their shoulder. I think he was more generally, yes, a teaching moment, but talking to the team about, listen, you may have lost to NIU. You're not dead. You're not out of it. You're here. So who cares what happened against NIU?
Yep.
Who cares what happened that week? Because the fact of the matter is you win out, you're still in it. You're still in it. But to answer your question, I would choose Marcus Freeman. I don't know if that's the answer you're looking for. The whole body of work isn't there yet. Brian Kelly is the winningest coach in Notre Dame history. That's a fact. Marcus Freeman's in his third season.
He's a prick, though, too. Sorry. Did I say that?
As long as you win.
As long as you win.
Would you rather have, I mean, the ultimate question is, would you rather have life-saving brain surgery by the prick or the nice guy? I'm just saying, like, both are effective. What, you know, it's what you would choose.
If I'm building my program around it, I want the guy that connects with players and is going to develop a program that understands the foundations of the Catholic faith and Notre Dame football and the rich history that's going on in Notre Dame. I would take Freeman over old boy. BK. That's me.
What do you think about Freeman? I mean, what is your honest kind of feedback on Freeman through 2.5 seasons?
Well, first, because I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Let me run through just something real quick, and I'll answer your question though too. So, you said number of mediocre years. So Brian Kelly at Notre Dame was 8-5 to start. 12-1, 9-4,
Went on a hot streak.
8-5, 10-3, 4-8, and then following that 4-8 season, which I will tell you, I didn't think that he had the balls to make the decisions and changes that he ended up making internally.
Well, I thought he was going to get canned that year.
He cut a ton of coaches.
He cut
But he had to.
He did, and I know that a lot of them were guys that had been with him for a long time.
Yeah.
But it paid off because following 4-8, 10-3, 12-1, 11-2, 10-2, 11-1.
He went on a streak.
Yeah, he did.
And I have to fact check you. He has a current better record
Oh, he
at
does.
LSU now than
Freeman? What is it? 1 game or 2 games?
One.
It's 1 game. Okay.
So he's 24-8 at LSU and 23-9.
Okay.
So I mean, his winning percentage at Notre Dame is .739. He's winning 3/4 of his game overall. So
This is why they
Brian
let-
Kelly as a head coach in 21 years as a head coach, Cincinnati or Central Michigan, Cincinnati, Notre Dame, and LSU.
Grand Rapids too? Or
That's not on there.
Oh, it's not on
just
there.
Division I.
Okay.
He wins 73% of his games.
which is pretty good.
It's 3 out of every 4.
Google me. I win. Can you run through the first couple of seasons at Notre Dame again?
8-5, 8-5 to start.
And then what?
And
12
then
and 1?
12-1.
Okay.
Which that year he went to the national.
Do you think that
Correct.
year saved his job?
You mean
Here's-
had they gone 8-5?
This is my question. Do you think they would let Marcus Freeman go 8-5 and keep his job?
This year?
Any season.
I mean, he was 9-4 his first year. It's pretty close to 8-5.
I'm going to take a deep breath.
And they lost to Marshall that year.
First year as head coach. But now, like this season,
If he went 8-5 this year with this schedule,
If he went
I don't know.
8-5 with his schedule this year, he'd be done. That I'll say it. I'll go on the record.
wow.
I don't know. I don't think they'd fire
No
him.
way.
You don't think so?
No
think so.
way. You
His
cannot.
schedule though shows that he should be 10-2 or 11-1.
But it's not like Notre Dame. I'm sorry, but it's not like Notre Dame has Army. It's not like Notre Dame has Alabama's schedule every year.
Yeah.
They don't. It doesn't matter
because
who.
they're not in a conference.
I'm just saying.
And it's going to keep getting easier because there's going to be nobody to play because
Yeah.
these conferences keep getting bigger.
But if you put Notre Dame in the Big Ten, that when it happens, do they lose 3 or 4 games every
Sign
year?
with- they lose
I'll
4
sign on the
games a year.
contract.
I just think Marcus, they're going to give Marcus the leeway right now.
For how long?
If I'm going to say this, as long as he keeps making the playoffs, I don't think it's going to matter.
So ask me. Sorry, what was your question? I know I didn't answer it. What's my perception of him a few years in?
And I guess comparatively speaking, to Weiss, who you played for, to Brian, which I'm sure
Well,
you know. What comparatively speaking at Notre Dame?
I mean, I would rather play for Marcus Freeman than Charlie Weiss, but there's a long list of coaches that.
Listen, over the past, it's no secret that after Lou Holtz, that Notre Dame became trigger happy with replacing their head coaches.
They were with Willingham.
Weiss was 4 years,
He was 5.
and Davies was what? 4 years, 5
He was
years.
short. Willingham was.
I was just I thought
3.
it was like 3 or 4, yeah.
Willingham was 3 or 4. Yeah.
So
It was
the,
short.
So the question is, if we're heading into this era, you know how the FBS has done with their 12-man playoff. It's like a different team. There's a couple stalwarts, different team every year. If we're heading into this unknown era of the playoff, and it's very, very hard to win a championship, but maybe easier for the Notre Dames or whatever, you get in and you just win, right? You get hot. What is the leeway with Marcus Freeman? But yeah, what is your perception, and how much leeway do you think they give him?
I don't think he's going to get fired for a while.
Yeah,
I think he's around for a bit. He's young. As long as he wants to stay.
As long as he wants to stay.
I think as long as he wants to stay and doesn't want to go if Ohio State job opens up, because that would be
the only one I see.
that'd be the only one I see too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing like Clark Lee going to Vanderbilt, you know. So as long as he wants to stay, I think he's going to have a job
forever.
as long as he wants to stay, because with the way the 12-team playoff is set up,
Yep.
with how the schedule I think is going to go, and it being more difficult every year to schedule big games, with how the Big Ten schedule is set up and
I think if there's
Pac
one
being gone, really.
Yeah. I think if there's one knock so far on his tenure, it's why aren't you winning at home, dude?
Yeah, so
You know what I mean? Like winning at home has become a little bit more challenging than winning on the road.
Valid point.
I also want to be clear on, I think he has a job for a long time, but I don't think he wins a national championship.
That's on the record. 10-8 of 2024.
And I'm saying this based on I'm saying based on everything that I know about the Notre Dame program today.
I think it's changed. And I know what you're talking about. I think it's changed. I think NIL changed everything.
How so?
They can get anybody.
But do they?
Yeah.
They didn't get Cam Ward.
But maybe they just didn't think that Cam Ward was the best. No.
So
I'm
Cam
just
Ward's
saying.
good, though. Cam Ward's good, though.
No, he is. He is. I'm just saying.
On every list, he was the best.
Really?
Yes. You put him and Riley Leonard next to each other, who's going to be a higher projected NFL draft pick?
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward all day.
Maybe he fit the system better? Is what you're saying to me this?
I'm talking about
The Notre Dame way?
Yeah. I'm talking about what nobody talks about.
Well, no, I mean, we've talked about it
I
before.
know.
But
I'm saying in general, most
Yes.
people, you shy away from it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know the answer to that. Maybe they looked at him. I don't know.
I don't think why would he want to go there?
Why?
What's
why
intriguing about going to Notre Dame if you can go to Miami?
But Miami's been shit the last couple of years.
It's Miami.
Yeah, but hold on.
They got
Hold
hot
on. We
chicks
got to
down
talk
there.
about that.
And you said
There's
NIL
hot chicks in
change.
South Bend, too.
There are. And you said NIL.
Okay, NIL. I mean, there's plenty of transfers that came here.
So what's going to happen next year? Who are they going to go get?
Nobody. They're going to play CJ Carr. Are you telling me that CJ Carr is not going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the country?
Next year?
Yes.
Arch Manning's going to be the best quarterback in the country.
I said one of the best.
One of the best.
Okay.
Okay.
Name me 4 or 5 better quarterbacks than CJ Carr in the country next year.
Well, it's not Orgy.
No, it's not Orgy.
Big Ten is few and far between, buddy.
Yeah.
Big Ten.
Mahomes Jr. is better than him.
Okay.
From Nebraska?
Yeah, I do. I would agree.
All right.
They're different players.
This is
Also,
hey,
CJ hasn't been playing, so we don't. I know.
Early-
but
early-
everybody was calling Manning the next godsend.
They did.
He hadn't played a game either. So I'm just saying, if we're looking at
You're talking about a Hall of Fame quarterback.
no,
Peyton Manning?
no, I'm talking about Manning Jr. Whatever his name is, Archie.
Arch.
Oh, Arch, yeah.
Yeah, not Peyton. Arch. I thought you were talking about Arch.
Oh, yeah, I was, yeah. I thought you were bringing up.
No,
Sorry, got
no.
it. I'm with you now. I'm tracking.
That Don Julio's getting to
Yeah,
Oh, they're just-
the
Late
Reservo
nights
is
at
kicking in.
VSR,
Yeah, that
yeah.
late Sunday at VSR.
but I've also, I don't know. I've seen them both play.
Okay, but would you say that he's one of the top 5 in the country?
CJ Carr
Yeah.
is not one of the top 5 best quarterbacks in the nation.
Next year.
No.
Okay. You think who was better than him that would come to Notre Dame?
That would come to Notre Dame?
Yeah. I mean, who's going to be in the transfer portal next year? That's going to come.
I know. Well, they're all going to Michigan.
Michigan's going to be
Michigan's going to be worried that transfer portal. Yeah.
What about your boy? What about your 26-year-old
Dave
boy?
Portnoy's going to put up $3 million. We're going to get
For CJ Carr.
Yeah. Hey, we may buy Carr back to Michigan. How do you like that, Vahid?
Oh, man.
You never know. Listen.
That would be rich.
Hey, if they gave him $4 million, you don't think CJ Carr would jump ship and come back to his home land?
He like, listen, you can wear number
You
10.
got yeah.
Well, it's peanut butter and jelly time. It's PB&J time then.
There you go.
I don't know. I'm of the ilk of I do think Marcus will win a championship at Notre Dame. It might take a couple of years. It might take a couple tries with that playoff. I do think they can get there. I think they need to get better at winning at home, taking care of the teams they need to take care of. And once they do that, their defense
Graduates.
champions.
No, he's saying there's a reset. That's what everyone's going
That's why
after,
college
yeah.
football is tough, baby.
Listen, you get a good defense, and then
You don't have those.
Recruiting.
You don't have those.
Well, okay. Then if that's the case, how does Kirby Smart keep winning? How did Alabama? Well, Alabama was pre-NIL, so that defeats the purpose of that question. But Georgia, they keep winning in the NIL season and the NIL marketplace.
Because their fourth string players are better than Notre Dame's first string players.
That's fair. It's true.
Recruiting
Could
still,
Orgy start at Notre Dame?
No.
No. Orgy he's the worst quarterback in the country.
I mean, their
No,
pass
like,
their
seriously.
pass offense is
I'm going over
130th.
Yeah.
Hey, can I give you some quick stats?
That is worse than Notre Dame's.
I know.
Can I give some quick stats?
By the way, Stanford quarterback
Hey,
has thrown
real
for
quick,
more TDs
just
than...
before, because I want to ask you one question.
yeah.
because we're saying that kind of in perpetuity, as long as Freeman wants to stay there, he's the head coach.
As long as he wants to stay there.
What if he misses the playoffs?
Oh, boy. They'll still go another year.
You think he gets one pass with that?
He gets one hall pass. One. Maybe two.
I think it would be a very difficult decision.
So I think part of the, and again, I wasn't sitting in on the meeting with Jack Swarbrick and the College Football Playoff Committee.
It's fair.
I think part of the confidence of Jack Swarbrick not being a top 4 seed was that you're going to make the playoff every year. It doesn't matter. I think that was part of the confidence of Notre Dame. It doesn't matter if we're not conference champions. We're going to be an at-large team every single year. Well, now we're finding out that is it true? Do they really want to leave Notre Dame out at every chance they can get until they join a conference? I mean, I don't think that's it. But I do think that, yes, you're right. It is a shorter leash
If you miss one.
Especially this year with the schedule.
Because you could still get in with one win. We're seeing it now.
100%.
Maybe
with two.
And maybe with two. Depends who you lose to.
Sure.
In perpetuity, you can get in with one loss. And we kind of talked about this before the season. I think they do give him a hall pass. I don't think they give him 2 or 3.
He gets one hall pass.
I think it gets dicey then.
Yeah.
Which comes back to your point. He's got to win at home.
I mean,
you can't lose to
Marshall and Northern Illinois.
Northern Illinois.
Listen, this is our world today. TV wins.
Sure does.
TV ratings win. Mm-hmm. If you're losing, you're not getting TV ratings, especially because the Big Ten's on NBC, especially because you're sharing the air with other teams, other conferences, blah, blah, blah.
That's fair.
And guess what? If you're not winning, players are not going to want to come to Notre Dame. That's just any school, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Miami was dry for years.
Yep.
Nobody wanted to go there. And my other beef with Miami, the football stadium's not even on campus.
Oh, I know.
Playing at Miami Dolphins Stadium, not even on campus, 40 minutes away from Coral Gables.
I'm just saying, he must have got paid a lot.
Yes, 100%.
But you said Notre Dame shouldn't get outbid.
I'm not even going to bring up numbers.
Brady Quinn's running whatever collective that is.
I'm not going to bring up numbers.
Like, let's go, bud.
I'm not going to bring up numbers.
What is it, the fund?
But
Friends of Notre Dame, or Friends under Notre Dame, or what is it?
I don't know.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna say this: keep winning.
Yeah,
It's good for the
Winning
brand.
solves everything.
Winning cures everything.
That it does.
Everything.
And
in
so
sports.
does tequila.
Yeah.
And
sorry, Aaron. I didn't mean to cut you
Beer
off.
from Fuji
Aaron has
Yoshida.
some stats he wants to share with us.
Please. What, Michigan stats?
The 130th ranked passing offense in the nation.
Well, you gues brought up Orji. Orji's the worst quarterback in the history of Michigan football right now.
Why do you keep saying
He
that?
is?
There is plenty of
he
other
is so
shitty
bad.
quarterbacks at Michigan,
Tate
buddy.
Forcier wasn't that great either.
Tate Forcier was
Who was
horrible.
the quarterback under Rich Rod?
Well, they had the walk-on from locally from here, too. What was his name?
Oh, man. Going back in time.
It was around that same time with Forcier.
Yeah. Tate Forcier was the quarterback.
This I
I
like
was the
doing
same
that.
class as his brother.
Yeah.
Hey, Siri, can you get me a
It's like
list
a
of the
Siri.
past quarterbacks of the last 15 years of Michigan?
Here's what I'll tell you, Vahid, while you're looking that up. You are not going to win a national title unless you have an elite quarterback that can lead a team. J.J. McCarthy, I truthfully believe, was an elite quarterback. He was a system quarterback, but guess what? It fit. I'm going to give you these stats real quick. Michigan's offense ranks in several key categories. Hold on. Get ready for this.
This has got to be brutal.
This guy
Pass
kills me.
offense. Nationally, 129th ranked. Big Ten, they're ranked in the 18th. Rush offense.
18th in the Big Ten?
How many teams are in the Big Ten?
Rush offense, 191 yards per game.
Wait, there's worse pass teams in the Big Ten?
Yes, there are. Nationally, 38th. Big Ten, 6th. Third down offense. You ready for this?
This has got to be terrible.
Nationally, we're 78th ranked. In the
it's
Big
better than I
Ten,
thought.
we're 15th. Scoring offense. We averaged 23.5 points per game. And I'm going to tell you what, that is not going to get you into the college football playoff. That's how
You're
it is.
right. They might lose to Michigan State.
They're going to lose to Michigan. Listen, I'm calling right now.
I know.
I'm the biggest Michigan fan on this show. And I'm telling you, they're going to
On
lose.
this planet.
Scoring offense, nationally, they're ranked 100th and
Are you ready?
15th of the Big Ten.
Are you ready?
Yeah, should.
We're going to go back the last 30 years.
Jeez.
You tell me if he's the worst quarterback in the last. No, I'm serious.
30 years?
Yeah.
That's a
Holy
lot.
shit.
Elvis Gerbach,
He was good.
Elvis Gerber was great.
Todd Collins,
Todd was good, too.
Todd was good, yeah.
Scott Dreisbach,
Yeah, baby.
Tries back Penn, baby.
Yep.
Brian Greasy,
Brian Greasy.
Brian Greasy was a stud.
TB12,
Yeah. Drew Henson.
Drew Henson,
Drew was a stud.
Drew was a stud.
John Navarre.
John was not bad.
John Navarre had one of the biggest comebacks against Ohio in a night game that was unbelievably like
If you look at, you're right. If you look at right now how you've started, all like 6'5", 230,
Yeah,
just
and all
massive
NFL,
dudes.
all NFL studs
yeah.
too.
Take a 7-step
How-
drop and just chuck it.
yeah, that's what that.
Oh, also,
that
and
was
we're
John
gonna,
Navarre.
And
All
we're gonna run the counter tray.
Yeah,
And then counter tray with a half roll
gets
and throw
bad.
it to the tight end.
It gets
there
bad
we
though.
go.
Okay, Chad Henne,
He was good.
Henny was great.
Ryan Mallett.
He was a bust.
He
Mallet.
was a bust. He came from
He was-
Arkansas. He,
he
was
was
supposed to
highly
be
related.
good.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Right
Oh,
now.
that's right.
Yeah, he passed away.
I forgot
He
about
did?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was an accident. So.
Oh, I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nick Sheridan,
That's who I was talking about.
He is horrible.
Stephen Threet,
Yeah,
Oh, he was
bad, too.
horrible. Oh my god.
Tate Forcier,
Hey, do you see how this trend is happening?
It was all three of these
Denard
guys.
Robinson.
Oh, sneak him in. Shoelace.
Hey, by the way, Denard torched Notre
Yeah,
Dame 2011.
Who's better,
Comeback.
Orgy or Robinson?
I was at that game.
Denard's better than he is.
Devin Gardner.
Gardner was not good. Although they had high hopes from him,
He wore
he had a big arm, but he was not good.
Jake Ruddick.
Wait, didn't he wear number 98 for a game?
Yes.
He did.
Yes.
Yeah, that was him. Yeah.
Jake Ruddick.
Who?
Who?
No
Yeah.
Moss, yeah.
Wilton Speet. John
I remember
O'Corn.
Corn
Peters Brandon.
oh my gosh.
This is rough.
Yeah, you see, you
Shea Patterson.
those are all Hulk guys. Hulk,
I forgot Shea Patterson was there.
Joe Milton, Cade McNamara.
Milton had a big arm. Milton actually ended up going to Tennessee.
Yeah, he did.
See, I actually thought
watched him
Cade
play
was-
last year.
He
I
actually
actually
ended up
thought
having
Cade
a
was
decent-
going to get Michigan over the hump. And it ended up being J.J. McCarthy, who's not even in the top 5 of the last 30 years, by the way.
but he's the guy that got it done.
How do you not put him in the top 5? He won a national championship.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I don't know.
Wait till the Vikings next year. 2025 Vikings.
Yeah,
Dangerous.
I guess. Okay, he won a national championship. I don't know. Brian Greasy was a better quarterback.
Evan, would you tell Vahid how hard it is?
Elvis Gerbach was a better
National
quarterback.
But Brian Greasy also was part of, he was a system quarterback too.
Yeah, that's true.
He didn't throw
Yeah.
these guys, when Michigan was having success, it wasn't
Yeah.
like 30 to 35
no, you're
throws a
right,
game.
yeah.
It was
Run the
great,
ball,
great
yeah.
defenses and control the ball,
Yep,
control
that's
line of
fair.
scrimmage.
And then this year you have Orgy, Davis,
Oh my gosh.
Tuttle.
Davis Warren and Tuttle. Oh. That might be the
See,
worst.
Orgy is not the worst quarterback. I think
He's
actually
close.
Orgy
He's
is
close. He is in the top
he's
two.
in the bottom
bad.
10.
But as a fan, you know what he said? I love Michigan. I came to Michigan to be a Michigan guy. As a fan, I appreciate that. In the new era of college football, that doesn't get it.
No, he's
Orgy
leaving.
was supposed to be good. What was he at 93 on NCAA?
He was highly rated.
on NCAA.
Yes.
When me and Evan played on NCAA
Although-
2025 or whatever it was,
They
he
just-
was like a
2029.
90s. Yeah.
They just updated the rankings. I
they did.
can't imagine he's still
He's
at
like
that.
a 62.
I can't imagine
man,
he's still
brutal.
at that.
All right,
brutal.
let's go through the list here this weekend.
right.
We got to make our predictions, and then it's time to roll, gentlemen. Detroit, did they play tonight?
No, they were off. No, this is a bye week for us.
Mets, by the way, beat the Phillies 7-2, so they're up 2-1 in the series.
Detroit plays.
Padres are about to go up 2-1 in that series.
Nice. Love
Yeah. Well, it's only bottom of third. They're up
Okay.
6-5.
Oh, there's
still time, but
Ohtani will hit a home run.
How about my Cowboys? How about them Cowboys?
Wait, how are the Yankees doing?
Oh, it's 1-1.
Okay.
They lost last night, or they lost yesterday.
And then
they played
Tigers,
the Royals.
It's 1-1 now too.
Yeah, 1-1. Yeah, the final game will be
It's a big home run
tomorrow.
Big home run.
Tomorrow.
Okay, sorry. Your Cowboys. What about
How
them?
about them Cowboys?
I don't know. What about them?
They're not America's team. That's what I'll say.
You know who is America's team?
The Detroit Lions.
The Chiefs.
The freaking Kansas City Chiefs.
Chiefs are dangerous.
Dude, I don't know if they're going to lose another game.
They're just good at winning.
They are.
And you listen. I mean, I think it was a couple weeks ago. I listened to 2 interviews. One was with Belichick on the McAfee show.
Yep.
And he spoke to just,
He's awesome, by the way.
It's great. He's getting better and better on that too. And Saban's getting better on Saturdays too.
Hey, he is so much better from like 3 weeks ago.
He had some funnies last week.
He's loosened up because of Pat, I think.
I love the fact
does.
that he changed the tie out in the middle of game day. That's good.
Did you hear his joke about Stanford?
It's good for media. ABC, NBC,
And about how they all date cowgirls?
Pay attention to what Saban's doing. He's adapting.
Their quarterback has more passing touchdowns than our quarterback. 5-3.
There you go.
Anyways, I digress.
All right, this weekend we got Stanford at Notre Dame. Who you got, gentlemen? The let's see, spread is 23.5.
Stanford's horrible.
Wow. You taking the over or the under? 45.5.
It's a home game. Take the under.
Oh boy.
16-14.
Yeah. Notre Dame.
By the way, they lost 16-14 to Stanford 2 seasons ago. Lost 16-14 against NIU this year.
Notre Dame's
I think they win by 25 points.
Yep.
I don't think it's even close.
100%.
But I always say this, and then it's really close. And all right, I think they win that.
Yep.
Alabama hosting South Carolina. It is a 21-point spread.
Bama bounces back.
Clemson at Wake Forest. That's a 20-point spread.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The big game this week, the Red River rivalry.
And Ewers is back, right?
Ewers is back. Texas at Oklahoma, 5-0 against 4-1, and Texas is still a 14-point favorite.
Wow. That's crazy.
Taking the points for sure.
Dang. I'm going to take Texas.
I'm going to take Texas too, but I'm going to take the points though. I'm going to be maybe by a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's going to be close.
Where is the game?
Oklahoma. Oh, no. I think it's
at Texas.
It's at AT&T Stadium, I think.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It's in Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's at the Cotton Bowl. It's at the Cotton Bowl in Texas, not AT&T Stadium.
Texas.
Cool.
Penn State at USC.
Penn State. USC is
Penn
like
State, by the way, is fourth in the nation.
I know.
By the way.
Dude.
Nobody's really saying anything.
And Penn State is minus 5.5.
I don't know if I can name a player
Penn
on their
State.
team right now. I mean, I haven't watched them. But
I got USC in an upset here.
Ooh.
is that
Yeah.
out in California?
That's in California.
Oh, it's at
That'll be
California.
that's a new experience.
Yep. Purdue at Illinois. Illinois 4-1.
Illinois
Dude,
goes to 5-1.
yeah, Illinois.
Shout out to Darren Pritchett, baby.
Yeah.
I talked to Darren. He goes because he moved to
That's-
Illinois.
yeah, Illinois.
He goes, man, if I would have known that, if I would have just moved to Illinois and they'd be 5-1 or
would've
6-1,
moved here
he goes,
years
I
ago.
would have moved here a long time ago.
Arizona at BYU, who is 5-0 on the season, and BYU's 4.5-point favorite. Mississippi.
Those ones are tough.
Mississippi State at Georgia. Georgia's a 34-point favorite.
Jeez.
Florida, Tennessee. Tennessee is a 15.5-point favorite. And then 7:30, the night show. Ohio State at Oregon. OSU is a 3-point favorite. I got Oregon. Wait, no, I picked Ohio State.
It's at Ohio State, right?
No, it's at Oregon.
Oh, it's at Oregon.
Raucous atmosphere. I still like Ohio State.
I hope Ohio State loses.
Do you think if Ohio State doesn't win the Big Ten championship that he gets fired?
Absolutely. 100%.
Okay, hold on.
But they still beat Michigan.
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
If they lose the Big Ten championship and they still beat Michigan, does he keep his job?
Oregon,
Well,
because they still make the playoff.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is
but
you're saying
not if they lose this game. Are you picking Oregon?
I'm going to pick Oregon.
Are you picking Oregon?
I'm thinking Ohio State.
Yeah.
So you think Ohio State loses once this year?
I just picked
think
with my
Ohio
heart.
State will lose once. Yep.
That was a heart pick.
Nice. You got to do it sometimes.
Okay.
Just don't
Let's
look
just
Ryan
play.
Day's
Just
face.
play. Just we're running out of time. Play hypothetical with me for 1 second. If Ryan Day ends up losing his job and he vacates that position,
The next coach is Marcus Freeman.
you say that with 100% certainty on the record?
125% certainty.
Or Urban Meyer.
Nah.
I'm just kidding.
Urban Meyer.
He would be candidate number one.
How do you
Marcus?
Marcus would.
Yeah, Marcus would be the top guy. How do you
Fickle, maybe?
How do you do money
That's
in the
Salt Bay.
How do you do money in the mic? How do
I'm
you do
just
money in the
saying,
mic?
He's done terrible in
They would-
Wisconsin.
I know.
Listen, Ohio State isn't stupid. You just got what they pay, like $20 million.
Do you think they secretly want Marcus?
Sure, they do.
Probably.
Young quarterback. Young.
I mean, put
coach.
those two guys side by
Hey,
side. I mean, which guy would you
How
pick?
old is he? 30. What is he? 37? 37?
30. Sorry, Marcus. I think
39.
you're 38.
Come on.
I think he's 38.
He's 38.
Yeah.
Okay. You got
He's
a
a year or two older than
38-year
me.
head coach that has Ohio State ties, right?
Well, yeah.
And all of a sudden you throw a big contract at them. If they're willing to do it for the players, why wouldn't they do it for a head coach?
Yeah, they would. Finally, Ole Miss at LSU.
Go Lane Kiffin.
Yeah. Get him.
I forgot about this game. I've got this one circled, gentlemen. Yeah. Let's
one?
go.
Which one?
10:15 on ESPN on Saturday night.
Man,
PM?
that's brutal.
Baby Ari's going to be watching that one.
You know
all right.
it's late nights out west. Kansas State at Colorado. Colorado's still not ranked. They're
Kansas
4-1.
Aren't they a top 25 team?
They're 18th.
Yeah. Where's that game? Boulder?
Colorado's playing well, dude.
They are playing good.
That's at Boulder.
By the way, Shadur Sanders is not an NFL quarterback.
Not an NFL quarterback.
Tell you what, though, Travis Hunter's really good.
Travis Hunter's a stud.
I'm sad to say this. Well, I'm not sad to say it, but I will say it. The Michelin Man could be the next quarterback of the Carolina Panthers.
Well.
And they would take him. I'm sorry, man.
The truth is,
you-
set
hey,
you free. It's true, but
All right, boys.
It's
It's been a fun one.
it has been. Good times.
Detroit Lions had the week off.
Yeah,
They're back in action.
Yep, back at it.
Packers, they get back on the win track. Robert Saleh done as head coach of the Jets.
crazy.
Man, that
They
is
didn't even let him address the team.
5 games.
Well, you know
letting
who didn't
Aaron
like him.
They're letting Aaron Rodgers coach now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even though he's 85 years old and can't
AR and
get
Pat
out of the
McAfee
pocket.
are running the Jets. Jets.
All right, boys. It's
All
been
right.
a fun one today.
Yeah, it's been good.
This is the Varsity Brews
Cheers.
Podcast. We'll be back on next week, of course.
Yep.
Next week's a bye, actually. No, Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Then New York. Then a bye. And for all you folks at home that missed it,
Halloween is coming up soon.
Oh, nice.
Say, do you want to play a game?
What game?
What a game.
This is the Varsity Brews Podcast.
Oh, my gosh.
Cheers, guys. We'll see you in the
Straight
next
saw right there. Happy Halloween.